Who else? I just, Bill, Stewart, Ebony, Revlon, Dorian, whatever the dinosaur name is, whatever house she's in. If they was doing what you do, they would be greedy. They would only interview themselves. They was selfish. And that's like 7 deadly sins in the Bible, to be deceitful, to be envious, to be jealous. God don't like that. So when I did my homework about what you're doing, I said, this young man is really making it happen. And those that are listening to this conversation, if they're looking to join a house, or if they're looking to be a part of this ballroom thing, because I personally feel if you're gay and you got that little spunk about you, then yes, you should go to balls. Yes, you should walk them. You should. Balls will make you feel good about yourself, whether you win or don't win. But what I'm getting at is, you really need to get with people like Izzy and all these other House of Latex or something like that, houses that makes a difference. I have a nephew, my great nephew. This is going to be a shock because he's a little boy. He's a baby, and he's going to be transgender. Well, I don't know if I said the right word. I don't know if I said the right word because he's not ready to go under the knife yet, right. And he's only 22 years old. But he's going that way. And I'm not saying this because he's my nephew. But if he was a big head boy in a dress, I would tell him this is a boy. No, he got what it takes. And when he finally hit that scene, all of them going to want him. So he came to me and he said, Uncle Wendell, the House of Infinity, he called the person's name. And I remember, and I think he's a designer too, because I see him in the fabric stores. I think it's Infinity. I'm almost sure it's Infinity. But I know it's Infinity. I want him as a house, be in his house. And I try to tell my nephew, listen, you need to go to these balls and you need to walk under your own name a couple of times. Let the other house kids see you. So it was one of those things. But what I wanted to say is, you're doing a beautiful job. You are actually, whether people say we're throwing shade or we're going down. Only thing I'm talking about tonight is what I know, what I did 30-something years ago. I can't talk about what the kids are wearing and what they're walking and who's this and who's that. So when these kids listen to this taping and they hear this, they should not really get upset because, for one, I gotta say this because they're stupid. They should say, Wendell is talking about what he experienced yesterday. I am not holding any bitter or no grudge or anything against any of them. Sure, I threw, and I believe it, I don't care, I threw Kevin Army under the bus. I threw Dorian Stewart Revlon in front of an express train, and Tommy Steve Murphy, I just ran over him with a taxi cab. You know what I'm saying? That dumb bitch, fuck her. But what I'm saying is, I did that was because they personally came for me. And they know they did. They know they did. So my whole thing was, okay, let me get you. And even if I didn't get you or say what I got to say on this live airing radio show, I was going to wait until I see them in person and let them know what kind of mess is that. Because you know how the punks are. They wait till they think you're looking good. How you doing? You get kissing. Bitch, don't come kissing me on no cheek. You know what I'm saying? You don't like me. You don't see, hello, there's a club, I'm at a bar, I'm on one side, you stay on this side, and it is what it is. That's all I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I try to tell Kevin Army inbox, I said, listen, there's no shade. I'm not going to lose no sleep over you. But when that bitch deliberately started posting what I was telling him on the wall or whatever, you damn real I sent the picture of my dick, go fuck this. And I know she got a whole lot of baggy girls got a big dick. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So that's what I want to tell you. You're doing a beautiful job.
Thank you so much.
And
I appreciate it.
You are really doing it. And then I kind of heard that, I don't know how true it is. Let me ask you. Kevin Army wanted you to be in the House of Army? Is I got that right, or is that just a bunch of talk?
No, that's true, actually. He wanted me to be Father Ultra Omni. I told him I was busy doing work with the House of Infinity, and he would have to wait for me to be done with my term with House of Infinity, you know, and if I decided to leave or whatever one day, you know, because this was before, you know, everything hit the fan.
I tell you what, you because you're interviewing me, so I should be asking
I'm being
questions,
forced to be a him up a Florida chapter, but I don't want to carry the burden of the boycotting and the shade that they're doing on social media, and I don't want to carry that. So it's not the house for me.
Every baby, I'm going to say the same words that a legendary, my friend, a legendary, may she rest in peace, Davis Gonzalez said to me, Wendell, you don't need to be in nobody's house. You can start your own house. You can film, you're smart, you're drug-free, and you can sew almost as good as me. In other words, I'm saying, Izzy, you don't need to be in nobody else's house. You can open a house, open your own damn house, okay? The name of an old fart like Kevin's Army trying to get you in his house. Bitch, what the fuck have you done in 34? And you're not hearing us talk about... God forgive me, but he started a burial. Let me get it right.
He started a burial.
He started fun, so when the kids die, they'll be placed away. And you know the sad part about it is, young gay guys are home living with the virus, or just you can live forever with the virus. Don't make a difference with that. But I'm saying, really believing this bullshit that this old fart ain't gonna do nothing but snort the money up.
Okay, you're gagging.
Listen,
I heard a rumor that he, when you know, rest in peace, legendary, iconic Father Ross Infinity passed away, he donated $50 from his burial fund. But he sent $100 for the sponsorship of Ballroom Scene Radio so we could advertise him on the show and mention his name for a year. You know what I mean? And a lot of people send $500 to $400 for sponsorship, and their names are all over the radio show, especially when the show ends. You know, there's credits and there's promotions, and we shout everybody out every show, and, you know, we promote everything on social media for them yearly. You know, it's a big job. You know, so I don't understand how you're accusing me of having a rough time. I never had a rough time. I don't recall that. You wanted to sponsor the show because you wanted to be on the radio show. You wanted to control the radio show. And then you wanted me to be Omni. And then when you see that I was taking my time and I was doing work here in Florida with the Infinities, you didn't say nothing. And then you got mad and started saying that I stole money from, I don't know, whatever it was. Listen, the fact is I was being manipulated. And
baby, listen. Let me tell you this. Trust me, I'm a church boy. I've been in and out. I had to bury my mom's father and all that. You need just to put somebody away decent, $6,000-$7,000. So if these kids that just start dying, you know it's about $6,000. That's a regular funeral home. That ain't even where my last remains are going. You know what I'm saying? So these kids, instead of talking about I'm going to start a fund. No, educate these young gays about not only go to a ball, but go to school, pick up a book and read, and while you're young, get yourself some life insurance policy. So when your day, because it's sure the man is born, so shall he die, you'll be able to put yourself away. If you don't want insurance, then you can go to your regular funeral home and start paying for your stuff. You think I'm going to let myself leave out of here? Or so you think Patty LaBelle Wendell is going to walk around here with his head held high and looking ghetto fabulous, and when my time comes, they got to take up a donation? Baby, you think James Brown and Michael Jackson laid out and go, you ain't for this bitch take a last breath. I'm serious. So, you didn't know think of that. Now, one more thing you said, you talking about I was struggling, or I fell on. Listen, I did see that part. Oh, you told me you was, I read what he put up there when he said, we need to stop giving this bitch so much time, because it's like, I'm more important and you're more important than Kevin Army, but then again, I'm glad we're saying it, because he's running his mouth, and now the big voice is here, Wendell LaBelle, and they're all listening. This is how they are. They're all listening, but nobody's going to leave a comment. Nobody's going to say, that was a good show tonight, because they don't want nobody to say, you said Wendell's taping was good, and you're supposed to be my friend. You know I ain't seeing that bitch, or I don't care for her, and all this kind of thing. That's how it is. But what I'm getting at is, if you don't struggle, if you don't work hard, if you don't fall on bad times sometimes, you never would appreciate what you got. So when he said, oh, and I sent you $100, and then you start bragging about your car and the way your radio show, I look at it like, good for Izzy. Izzy was struggling, and now he got his shit together, and God is blessing. Those are blessings, Izzy. You was called to do this. Trust and believe. You was called to do this. Izzy, I'm telling you, Wendell LaBelle chills. I do my little sewing. I stay home. I see you when I see you. And that's that.
Darling,
this
is what I have to say to Kevin and his shade, okay? I made 42 sales on my singles, on my music, because of him babbling my name and promoting me for free over social media. And I will be pocketing that money, and I will not be giving you your $100 back because I sponsored you and I promoted you for a year, for 2014 into 2015. I have the proof of it. And if you want to continue talking about me, you're just going to pay me more, darling. I have plenty of music out. You can Google me, Izzy Stars. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye, Felicia.
Izzy, I love you, and you know what? Let's go to something else. Make it this, please. From this right moment right on, we are not going to call his name because I don't want those punks to think, no, she didn't. She took up half her, the whole hour talking about Kevin. No, I need to get it off my chest. So I'm not going to talk about Kevin. I'm not going to talk about Spirit no more.
We got 30 minutes to the show. We got 30 minutes of the show's over, and, we can go into some other issues. Let's talk a little bit about some politics in the ballroom scene. First, let's talk about, the trans women and, all the murders that's happening in the gay community and stuff like that, That's an important touch.
I'll tell you what, I definitely want to leave my opinion or tell you how I feel about the HIV, the same-sex marriage. I want to talk about the food that I love, which I'm going to do it all in, things. I'm not going to. Let me just say this, because it's just some things that people probably want. I wonder what Wendell eats. Wendell's a Southern boy. So I love soul food. I love Spanish food. I love West Indian food. Everything on the hog I eat. People say I don't eat pork, honey. As good as the hog has been to us, I don't know what your problem is. So hog maws, chitlins, collard greens, you name it, I eat it. And I'm eating it, a lot of it, because I don't have that problem like a lot of people, high blood pressure, whatever. There probably come a time where they say, well, you can't eat that no more. So then I have to slow up on it. So I love all good food. So I don't like none of that raw fish, that shit that they be selling, and people think that's bad when they're eating that. Sushi, I'm not eating that. I think I said it wrong. And I also want to leave my opinion about same-sex marriage. I don't knock it. I think love is love. I'm not, because I see you just tried to not. Am I right, or is that just, I apologize, I'm wrong. But I think I saw that you got married.
Yes, I did, actually.
Congratulations. What I want to say was about I don't knock same-sex marriage. Will I ever marry a man? No, and I'm not just saying that. I just really wouldn't marry a man. I'm not even going to marry a woman. And what have you. Ain't nobody going to put up with my crazy self. But the only thing I had a problem with the same-sex marriage is that, some gays can go too far. Meaning like, okay, Congress can give you the rights, get married in the whole nine. But if the church feels one way, then don't take it to the church. And if you're having a fabulous wedding, nobody really gets married in the church no more. You got to be really, really in the church to say, I'm going to get married in church. So people are having them at these nice vineyards and the whole nine. So my whole thing is, yes, same-sex should be married in the whole nine, but if the church don't want to marry you there, then no problem.
Exactly.
And I don't see why they make a big thing out about it. Go get married somewhere else. But some Christians will come and
beach. We chose a beach wedding. It was outside. It was beautiful. We wanted a nice scenery, nice pictures, nice memorabilia, nice photos, moments, stuff like that. We really didn't
Okay,
want
and
to
another
offend
thing
any religions, so we decided to do, our own ceremony, which was done with a real reverend.